online at 560theanswer.com. Now, from the Signature Bank Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft on AM 560. The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan Proft here. One of the services I provide is to watch network affiliate newscasts so you don't have to be bothered. You're welcome. And I saw this story on CBS 2 Chicago about a new group that's been formed, called Lox and Loaded. Lox, L-O-X, and Loaded. Here's a snippet.
On this Saturday morning, Gayle Pearlstein doesn't observe the Jewish Sabbath in the traditional sense, but she does lead a weekly ritual of a different kind.
It's never been easy being Jewish, but it feels harder and harder.
Lox and Loaded is a shooting club for people of the Jewish heritage and their allies. We are 100% inclusive.
Yeah, Lox and Loaded. And by the way, the guy that was interviewed there talked about it feels more difficult these days to be Jewish. He had a T-shirt that read Mazel Tov. I love the plays on words. Mazel Tov, Lox and Loaded. We're pleased to be joined by Gayle Pearlstein. You just heard her name. She is the COO of Lox and Loaded. Gayle, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. So tell us about the genesis of Lox and Loaded.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're a shooting club and for people of the Jewish heritage and their allies. The chapters meet once a month. We have 15 locations nationwide as of now, but we do have 4 Chicago locations.
So where do you guys shoot?
Well, the new one we just opened up is the closest to Chicago at Maxon in Des Plaines.
Oh, yeah.
We shoot, yep. And that's obviously, in Chicago, you can't have any public gun ranges in the city limits. So this is the nicest one and the closest one that we could get. And they gave us space Wednesday nights. And then we shoot at North Shore Sports Club in Lake Forest, Caliber in Waukegan, and Article 2 in Lombard.
Excellent. Now, Article 2 is a good spot, too. I'm not as familiar with the others. I mean, I know of them, but I just haven't shot there. But the basis for this, like how recent, how new is this club, and how is it, being received in terms of membership?
Well, after October 7th, I really wanted. I'm a firearms instructor. I have my own company, Lucky Star Tactical, and I really wanted to. I was watching the news, and my heart breaks, and I wanted to do something special, not just for people of the Jewish heritage, but for everybody. I wanted a good space where people that have never seen a firearm before or had no interest, or people of the Jewish heritage can come and be in a really positive environment with certified instructors and learn once a month. Firearm shooting, you have to practice. Just because you buy a firearm doesn't mean you know what you're doing. And I wanted to create a club that meets once a month that could do that.
Yeah, and how is it being received among the the Jewish community?
Fantastic. It's very tentative at first. People, you see it online. People are, what is this? We don't need this.
Right.
But when people call me and stop in, look at it, or have a conversation with me, they love it. They absolutely love it. We have some sponsors that are helping me pull this off, and the clients, the members, they leave with smiles. They meet new people, a little bit of networking. They made new friends, and they learned a skill, and they learned it safely.
And and if people want to sponsor a Lox and Loaded club in Chicagoland, how do they do that?
Yeah, you can sponsor. All you got to do is go to the website. It's loxandloaded.org. We have a sponsor page. You can fill it out. And if you're a company, we put your company right on there, right on our website. If you're just, anybody, We can put your name, or you can be silent. It's very easy process.
And so, what is your message as a Jewish woman? I mean, you know Chicagoland, and
Oh yeah.
and you know where the gun bans were, and these are a lot of the gun bans, like on the North Shore, prior to Supreme Court decisions, but there's still that attitude there. Are in the direction of gun bans and being afraid of guns, and and then there's when a terrible event occurs, like the massacre at the Highland Park 4th of July parade a few years ago, then you get the immediate responses: we just need to ban more guns, or we need to impose more controls, and that's the way we're going to keep people safe. And your response to, your fellow tribesmen, even on the North Shore, is what?
Yeah, I like how you put that. No, I like to have the conversation. Talking to me is very easy. Very, very easy. I like to calm people down, and I explain to them. I said, you have a constitutional right to defend yourself, period. You have a right. And then I let them know, listen, with the police response times right now, and I'm very pro-police, they're not going to get there for 10 minutes. The average time in the suburbs is 12 minutes. In the city limits of Chicago, you're looking at 30 to 45 minutes, depending where you're at, if they can get there in time. And we can't ask a threat to hold on, wait till the police gets there. I teach people that they're their own first responder, that if they're facing a threat, a life or death threat in this time, with anti-Semitism up 900%, this is your first choice. You need to defend yourself, your family, and your friends. And I teach it in a very positive manner. I teach it in a very nice manner.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. It's the old saw that I carry a gun because a policeman's too heavy.
I like that.
But even if the response time were 90 seconds, it could be too late. I mean, it's one of those things that's sort of an intellectual hurdle to get over, it seems to me, where, look, police and first responders are great, but ultimately, even if you don't want it to happen, you may be made responsible for your own self-protection. And if that were unfortunately to occur, don't you want to be as prepared as you can be? It's really simple as that, but some people just can't kind of clear that intellectual hurdle.
No, I mean, if you ask anybody, a fight that involves violence, let's just say a gunfight, it's 5 to 6 seconds. It's not a montage in a movie.
Right.
It's not a 20.
It's not
movie.
heat. Yeah, right.
That.
Running down the streets and right. Yes.
Yeah, it's very quick, and even if you see that threat, even if you're you have tactical advantage, you might not be able to stop it. And at the end of the day, I'm not walking around the streets, looking to hurt somebody. I just want to come home and be alive.
So
that's the mentality that I'm teaching.
Yeah, and so what's your background like? What was the impetus for you to become a firearms instructor? I mean, I know the group, I get that, in October 7th.
Yeah.
But you personally, in your relationship with firearm safety and self-protection.
It's a funny story. I go to get my renewal. Probably 6 years ago, I go to get my renewal. And, you find a firearms instructor, you pay them, you schedule a time, you go get your CCL renewal. And the instructor could care less. The instructor could care absolutely less. He wasn't answering any questions. He seemed like it was a pain for him to be there. We go to the range to do the qualification. He was on his phone. He wasn't even paying attention. Just because of my background, how I was raised, I was able to safely help a couple people that he could care less at and help them qualify. He didn't even realize it. And I thought to myself almost 4 years ago, I could do this way better. So I did it.
That's awesome.
I want to bring that client service, that customer service aspect to it. I always say, when you're a client of mine, you're always a client. I always answer my emails. There is, in the 2A world, there's a lot of questions. It's not just cut and dry. What do I do here? How do I do this? Where do I buy this? I like to guide myself or guide my members and my clients to the best places. I have a fantastic, I'm not just trying to drop a line here, but I have a fantastic firearms store just outside Chicago that offers my clients a special discount. and they give personalized service. So when you walk in there, you feel special. You feel like a VIP.
I mean, you can promote it if you want to. You want to say the name?
Suburban Sporting Goods in Melrose Park.
Oh, okay.
Jim takes care of my clients wonderfully. I mean, when you walk in there and you go to Suburban Sporting Goods, you walk in there, you're a VIP.
Yeah.
He takes excellent care of you. And that's the kind of service and client services that not only do I want Lox Loaded to have, but I have with Lucky Star Tactical.
And just out of curiosity, like what's the distribution in the club between men and women? Are you getting a lot of women?
Yeah. Actually, I would have to say about 70-30. 70% men, 35% women. Oh, yeah, all the time. And the age groups are all over. It's wonderful.
Okay. And the club, the club that meets and displays meets when? Wednesday nights, did you say?
Wednesday nights, 5:30 to 8. So it's. I wanted to get something as close as I can to the city limits of Chicago, so people from West Rogers Park, Lincoln Park, downtown could get there and kind of, wrangle rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
You streets right there. We're right next to O'Hare, so it's super easy, and it's nice range. It's very modern. The management was very welcoming. It's a really nice range.
All right. Gayle Pearlstein, she is the COO of Lox Loaded. For more information, to sign up, to sponsor the Lox Loaded chapter or chapters around Chicagoland or elsewhere for that matter, she said, what did you say, 15 nationally?
You got it, 15.
All right, hopefully and growing. Gayle Pearlstein, loxandloaded.org. Loxandloaded.org is the website. Gayle, thanks so much for joining us, and continued success with your training. What's it, Lucky Strike is the name of your company?
Lucky Star Tactical.
Lucky Star Tactical. That's Gayle Pearlstein. Good luck with the business and the Lox Loaded clubs. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. You come shooting. Join us anytime.
All right, very good. And she joined us on the Turnkey.Pro answer line.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer.
Your show keeps me alive during the week. There's nobody I'd rather listen to between 5 and 9 in the morning than you guys.
On AM 560, The Answer.
Be prepared for tax changes in 2025. Without a solid strategy, you could risk losing more of your hard-earned savings than necessary. VestGen Wealth Partners can help develop proactive tax plans designed to help keep more money in your pockets. Visit GetRetiredStayRetired.com for a free review.
Advisory services offered through VestGen Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Private Client Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Private Client Services and VestGen Advisors, LLC are unaffiliated entities. Any information discussed does not constitute investment advice. VestGen Advisors and Private Client Services do not offer tax legal advice.
Hey, if you're sending your child off to college this fall, make sure you give them more than a backpack and a laptop. You need to give them peace of mind. This world is a very dangerous place. Go to Byrna, BYRNA.